Good morning, everybody. Gareth from BTA here again with another 5-minute fundamental. So, I wanted to talk today about probiotics and microbial solutions and dosing. This could be in any environment, but dosing is very, very important. Okay, so unlike, say, alkalinity, where you are dosing sodium bicarbonate or whatever it might be for a known consumption. Okay, so we have a known level of alkalinity that is being consumed within the system per day, so we know how much we need per day. Now, with bacteria, because they're, subject to environmental stress, temperature being one of the biggest ones, because as temperature drops, just like ourselves, our metabolism drops as the temperature drops. So say from 25 degrees Celsius, bacteria can be assumed to be working at 100% of their potential capacity, or could be reaching 100% of their capacity, potentially. At 12 to 13 degrees, that's about 50%. So if it handles 100, say if you've got a biofilter that'll handle 100 grams of tan per day, at lower temperatures of 12 to 13 degrees, it'll handle about half that. Everything just takes longer. Okay. The second thing is that we have an amount of ammonia or an amount of solid waste or a disease issue or a pathogen that we're trying to treat that requires a certain level of bacteria to enact a net positive gain on the environment, okay? Whether that be ammonia for cycling a biofilter, elevated ammonia levels because of overfeeding or an algae crash or whatever it might be. Okay, so what I see a lot of people doing is going, okay, well, the recommended dose for X microbial product is 1 mil per 100 litres, and that will give a certain CFU per mil dose. Let's say it's 50,000 CFU per mil, okay? And we require a base of 50,000 CFU per mil to, one, perform competitive exclusion, secondly, to, mop up the BOD and all of the organics and ammonia and nitrate or whatever it might be, that you're trying to achieve, okay? And I will, when I say dose that, do one dose a week, one dose a fortnight, it is going to vary depending on the severity of the situation. However, what some people will do is they'll say, okay, if I'm dosing 1 mil per 100 litres once a week, I'll take my dose rate and split it up over 7 days. And they think that a more consistent addition of a microbial product will actually be more beneficial, when in fact it's actually the reverse. With a supplement, whether you're dosing calcium, magnesium, alkalinity, whatever it might be, that does work because a set consumption, okay? With a microbial product, not so much, because you need to take into account that you need enough cells of bacteria within there to perform competitive exclusion. You need to make sure you've got enough in there to, take care of the solid waste, dissolved waste, ammonia, nitrate, phosphate, etc., that's in the water. And if we don't add it all at once, we don't get that net positive gain, and then, the bacteria don't multiply exponentially in orders of magnitude on that number. If we do a much lower dose, it takes a lot longer to get to the CFU per mil count that we need to get to. And because bacteria work on a plateau system, essentially, so they will feed while food is available, then they'll plateau, and then once their food source becomes a little bit, scarce, starts to drop off. This is why when you reduce the stock in a RAS system, you need to slowly build it up with stock again, because you will get an ammonia spike. Same theory with a live seafood holding system, but they tend to handle shock loading a bit better because the bacteria don't die off as quickly because they're colder. They also don't grow as quickly, but they don't die off as quickly, okay? So the shock loading is a little bit less pronounced in the live seafood holding system. And you usually have in and out, okay? But I digress. In a nutshell, if you're dosing a bacterial product, dose it for the purpose that you're dosing it for, to the CFU per mil concentration that you need to dose to enact a net positive gain. Because if you don't do that, then you're going to be behind the 8 ball, and just like the pathogens have done, or the waste build up, or whatever, ammonia or nitrite build up, or whatever it might be, it's going to keep continuing to rise while you continue to try and add small amounts at a time to try and build it up to that point. With a microbial solution, it just doesn't work that way. Also, you need to be aware that it is going to take time. Every system is going to be different. So if you're dosing for, say, nitrate reduction, you have to take into account that there's going to be a lot of other waste and things in the system as well, which is going to affect how fast that's going to reduce. So it's not going to happen in a week. It's not going to happen in a fortnight. It might not even happen in a month. But over the course of 4 to 6 months, or if you're starting up a biofilter or whatever it might be, if you focus on a dosing regime, it is going to be a lot better for you. We here at BTA, I should say, we develop dosing regimes depending on stocking density, environment, pathogen mitigation, etc., etc., etc. It is art and science at the same time. It's Obviously, this has gone for nearly 7 minutes now, our 5-minute fundamentals, so you can see how involved this is. But yeah, hopefully that gives you a bit of an idea. Don't break up the dosing for a bacterial product over, the course of 7 days. Dose it, slug dose it, and then adjust your frequency accordingly to enact a more positive change depending on your situation. Okay? Anyone that doesn't know, I'm kind of the bacterial guy, so if there's anything that you need to know about microbial systems, probiotics, biofilter cycling, anything like that, give me a yell. All my details are in the description below. Have a great day. See yous.